Hello everybody, got a quick unboxing here. Now this is not the normal unboxing videos that I do. Normally when I'm doing an unboxing video, it's something that I have purchased for myself. In this case, this is an unboxing from a company that I've never actually unboxed a product that they have shipped me. And that's because this is the very first sword I'm going to get to review from Darksword Armory. So I figured I would take the time to go ahead and open up the box here in this type of video, just so you can see how they package their sword more than anything. Now, I won't make this a standard. I won't open Darksword's things that they send me as part of a review process unless I'm actually purchasing it. So for the most part, this will be the only time I'll actually open a Darksword thing for the purposes of review. But I figured, one of the things I like seeing in an unboxing video actually is how things are packaged, because it does matter, especially depending on the value of the item you're purchasing. You want to know that it's being shipped properly. Now, this sword, Darksword, comes from Canada, so it's being shipped from Canada, and that's a long ways to travel to some extent. And I wanted to make sure that, hey, it's going to actually be safely packaged and cared for. So let's see here. Oh, more tape. Thought I cut through everything. Alright. So, opening the box, I got a couple things. I have a letter of some kind, or an envelope anyway. Who knows what's in the envelope? Let's find out. This looks like care instructions for the sword. Well, I can't get it out of this. It seems to be well and truly stuck in this envelope. Let me move this box lid a bit here. Turn this around. Yes, care of the sword, and then they also have a nice little pamphlet, as it were, that speaks to how they make their swords, as well as how to tie the belt loops. That's good information to have, especially if you've never purchased something like this before. Alright, so off to the side, you can see they basically have packaged this with just a bunch of paper holding everything in place. And here we go. So, they have truly bound this up in the plastic wrap. So this will take a moment to unwrap. And in fact, I imagine this is going to take so long, I'm probably just going to cut the video here and skip ahead to where I've gotten most of this off. Okay, so I got the sword part out, and the rest here. It's a little bit harder because, again, so much plastic wrap. Should be the scabbard and sword belt. So as I tend to do, I'm going to start with the scabbard, just to speak to it. Boy, they have really wrapped it all up pretty tightly. Alright, there we go. And they have some bits of plastic wrapped around all the pieces they need to keep nice. And they got the sword belt in. They've got it attached with various little elastic bands. But there we go. Now, I will say, I do like their scabbards. They're basic. They're really straightforward. Not a lot of decorative aspects, but they are well made. And they do fit the swords very well. I saw that in the Einar when I got that, and so again, I'm very happy with the scabbards they have. As you can see, though, it's very basic. They don't do a lot of decorative unless it's a specialty sword. So let's get to the sword itself. So they sent me their Type 12 arming sword, and they did sharpen it for me, so I can go do cut tests when I review it. And there you have it. Now this, I would say this sword falls right in line with my expectations of Darksword. It is an arming sword, and I find it is a little bit heavy on the blade, but it's not too bad. It's got a balance point of about 5 inches or so. There's a lot of grease on here I need to take off. But that said, it's actually not all that heavy. I don't think it's unbearably heavy. In fact, this feels lighter than the Einar, most certainly. I'm looking at all the details, construction. This is, of course, first impression, not a full review. There is the gap that is in the hilt component and the blade, but it all seems very solid and very firm. So I don't really have concerns about that. Actually, a very nice peen here. Usually, on a lot of swords that are made that have a decent ping that goes straight onto the pommel without a kind of a peen block, you see a lot of hammer strikes on the pommel itself. I don't see that at all. So they did a very good job of peening that to make it look very nice. It's got a very nice disc pommel, and I like that. And I've said this in my review of Albion swords. I'm actually really happy when they do a simpler hilt, and this is certainly a very simple hilt. It has an octagonal cross section, as it were. I'm not sure if you can really see that. Be better close-up views when I do the review, which I think is pretty interesting, and some very basic detailing, but it is just that, very basic. And I like the leather wrapping job they did on it. It feels good in the hand. And like I said, it's very light. Now this is it's actually pretty short for being, I mean, it is an arming sword, so you wouldn't expect it to be the longest thing ever. But it does feel pretty short, but no, it's pretty nice. I actually really can't wait to get out and actually cut with this thing. I'm really looking forward to doing that. Looking at the sharpening, just first impressions, the sharpening job they do, there is a bit of an edge bevel, very visible edge bevel, that you can see as they have sharpened it. But yeah, overall, this is kind of what I would expect out of a sword. Now, I don't know off the top of my head what the price is of this. Certainly, I'll leave that for the review. You can expect to see the review of this maybe in a couple of weeks. I want to spend some time with it, consider it, go do cut tests. And then the process of filming and editing and all of that will take some time. So don't expect this weekend or anything. Expect it in certainly maybe a couple of weeks. I will try to prioritize this review, mostly because I need to be able to send this back to them. And I really just want to try it. I really want to speak to it. So I'll get right on that. So see you at that review, hopefully very soon.